And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Washington football team. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go. 180. Time. Check 26. Check 26.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow escaping the pressure right. And right away, he lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Watch the slant. Kill. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Regular. Undercrush.
Here's Fitzpatrick. This will be caught by Brown. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. He finds Kalen Ballage, his running back. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A gain of 16 yards.
They go play action. Fitzpatrick. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick again. He completes it to Beckham. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 11th touchdown of the year. And Washington has taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Washington 7, Vikings nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
11 empty. Strip that ball. Mike 34, Mike 34. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Now it's Burrow.
You go tight.
Flushed out right.
You got tight right there. 25.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field.
What is that? 4, 10, 4. 12, 12, 12.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch that. Watch that. Let's go. Hey, go Mike 34. Mike 34. Oh, you got deep.
Again, it's Burrow. Room to run past midfield, and he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
6 guys. 11, 11. Gotta go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. Here's Burrow. It's caught on the right side at Smith. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Check. 34's the Mike. 34's the Mike. He's coming. Check him. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Let it break. I'm letting you know. 12, 12, 12.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there is no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
What is that? 11, 11, 11. 34. It's a party now. It's a party now. Check 52.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Charles, you talk about this defense, and they're in for a tough test, playing a team working on a 3-game win streak. But their head coach very confident in his guys' chances when he spoke to the media earlier this week.
I'd call him brimming with confidence, and he should be. Because if that's what he needs to do to fire up his guys, he should do so. And he's telling everybody, we've got a locker room full of guys ready to step up. And he's making sure that he believes it so that he hopes that his players will as well.
Play action now. Fitzpatrick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
34, Mike 34. Scoop, scoop, scoop. 11 MT, tape. 11 MT, tape. Mike 34, Mike 34.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
White 80. Whitey's hot. 11 MT, 11 MT.
from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Surveying the field. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for Minnesota. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. 11. Check 99. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
12. Mike 34. Pick me up. Here we go. 34's the Mike. 34's the Mike.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Here we go. Mike 48. Mike 11. 48 for Mike. You're trash. Big edge. Check the backer. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a game of 20. And the Washington first down.
Play fake. It's Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Fitzpatrick. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
There you go. Get down, get down, get down. Hey, color, color.
On second and goal, Fitzpatrick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington has retaken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10.
Washington 14, Vikings 10. Joey Sly sets the kickoff.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. This one taken just inside the 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25 on second down, Fitzpatrick. And that's incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
34.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Here's a diving catch right side.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Move.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. And they go play action now. Burrow. Smith catches left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
24 is the mic. Let's go, let's go. Go ahead. 24 is the mic. Cover it.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Fitzpatrick. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
4th down, Fitzpatrick. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, they were going for the big strike right there, but this just terrific coverage by the defense in the end zone.
And what helps being a safety in this spot is the back line of the end zone. Defensive back coaches always preach. That's an extra defender because you know that they can only run so far. They can't run past you out of the back of the end zone. Then you know you can't be beat over the top. and gives you a chance to go make a play.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. What a difference a week makes. Last week, he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week, he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check, 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 check. 180. What is that? 11 MT, 11 MT.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Burrow looking to pass. He's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. From midfield now, Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Give me that ball, defense. 12, 12, 12. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Now Burrow on 1st down. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Bang, 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 bang. 11 Thomas. Check, check, check.
Burrow will throw. Steps away to his left. And I think the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. There he goes right side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Slide for the PAT. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes this Washington 21, Vikings 17. Joey Fly sets the kickoff.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
He's coming. Check him. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a one-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
Regular. There you go. Get down.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Fitzpatrick. And it's incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. Going deep for Hopkins. Touchdown, Washington. DeAndre Hopkins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Under crush. 12. 11. Watch twist. Check 9.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
And this is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
Throwing again here, Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 26. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now it's Burrow. And he comes back with one complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
To throw, Burrow. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
Throwing, Burrow. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. 11 MT. 11 MT. Hey, check Mike 34. Mike 34.
Here's Burrow. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Cut. Let's go, 8. 11. Mike 34. Hey, they scared. 34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's gone.
Now Burrow. They still can't get him. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey, and he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, you got three. Three down. Motion. 1, 2.
They run it with Balaj. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Mike 20. Check Mike 45. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Here we go.
Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.